Sanam, eclipses are harbingers of change. They usher in evolution. They bring monumental ability to see things more clearly than you have ever seen before. Eclipses are like the cosmic helping hand of the universe because their energies help to break patterns and bring unresolved emotional issues to the surface. Here's what goes down on an eclipse. Let's start with a lunar eclipse. The shadow of the earth falls across the face of the moon, creating unconscious feelings to arise awareness, and we have the chance to understand our participation in behaviors that are contributing to any unwanted patterns that we may be experiencing in our lives. Because this reset moment of this bringing upward from this eclipse reset is revealing what is hidden in our subconscious of keeping us blocked from seeing more clearly. The earth momentarily blocks the illumination from the sun, and that creates a full moon. But this resetting, momentarily blocking, is what creates this resetting of the current emotional cycle. The spiritual aspects of the moon represent our deep emotional tides. And when the eclipse disrupts this tidal rhythm, an opportunity of cleansing our emotional waters and resetting intentions for renewal and rejuvenation in the coming months forwards comes literally forward. The March 13th eclipse that we just experienced energetically is going to extend through the period of the next 3 months, as well as into the final months of this year, 2025. And you will experience the full evolution of this arc. This is an arc, or a completion of this cycle, with the after effects rippling all the way into 2026's new eclipse cycle. So I invite you now to look back to the end of last year, to the ending of 2024, particularly take note from the start of October through the New Year's cycle, and try to realize themes or patterns that arose during that time. Can you see the arc of their progression through this year to the beginning of March? They're right there. Just take a moment and reflect on this. This is all about embracing change and honoring the life cycles, because this is how we generate and create wisdom and how your experience gathers and flows. Endings are necessary in order to make way for the new. And an eclipse cycle is like the final purge or cleansing of an emotional cycle. If something needs to be gone from your life, if something needs to come to an end, an eclipse can help you to set the intention of completion in concrete into the external world. Change is constant, and we talk about change and growth and letting go of the things that no longer serve us. We speak of them with hope. But the reality is that change is uncomfortable. In fact, it's painful as hell usually, and can bring a lot of fear of the unknown, which we know as anxiety. We like things that are familiar and uncomfortable even, or familiarly uncomfortable within the comfortable, right? And even our worst habits can be serving us in some way by keeping us small and in this uncomfortably comfortable space. And this can lead to depression. So real change is requiring us to be conscious, fully conscious of our emotions and our feelings. We can step into a new way of being by honoring and recognizing ourselves and these natural rhythms of life, and embracing this working flow and process that are experienced within these endings and these beginnings. They're very simultaneous usually. The energetic theme of this upcoming lunar then solar eclipse, which was March 13th into March the 30th, 29th, 30th, is going to last all the way through the end of this year. This is a gateway opening of energy that can be productive, active, and positive, but you've got to engage with this consciously, because the shadow sides of the self that may be revealed to you during this eclipse cycle are very important for you to recognize and work with and embrace. Acknowledge, see them, know them, make peace with them in a sense. Eclipses always come in pairs. And so the energy of this year's eclipse cycle begins around March the 13th with the total lunar eclipse on this full moon that we just had in Pisces, which reset emotional patterns. And then it's going to be followed by this partial solar eclipse on March the 29th, which is going to reset energetic patterns. So we have an emotional reset and an energetic reset. They're always hand in hand. Solar eclipses are resets in the energy field or archetypal configurations, whereas lunar eclipses are culminations of emotional cycles that have run their course. It's time to let it go, people. It's ready, set, release, and then go. That's the energy. That's the emotional release, and then the energy is to move forward into that release. Both of them, solar and the lunar eclipses, are encouraging us to let go of emotions and attachments that are no longer serving us and evolve, change, move into something new.